I'm just going to mention, because a lot of people have an artificial grass and it looks great, and I can't fault you, but if you've got dogs, it won't cool them down like normal grass, and it will actually be hotter because it's plastic. So it can actually overheat them if they lie on it and think it's grass and they're not cooling down. But it can also burn their feet as well if it gets really, really hot. So just be aware, if you've got artificial grass, it won't have the same cooling down properties for your dog. It can be quite bad for actually overheating them. So I'm in Wood here, and this is Moby cooling down, and Barney keeping him company. I like coming here. I don't tell you where I come. I don't tell many people where I come on some of these walks, because the whole point is that I can let my dogs be natural. And nowadays, I do get it. I'm not arguing with anybody about it, but there's a lot more pressure put on people to make sure they have perfect recall. Don't let your dogs off lead. Don't let your dogs go out of sight. Irresponsible. There's fors and against with everything, isn't there? For me, I want my dogs to enjoy their walk. I want to keep it as natural as possible. And yes, sometimes through these woods, the dogs are going to chase something, because that's what dogs do, and they're going to go out of sight because they're chasing something. They always come back. They know where they are. If you lose sight of your dog, the best thing you can do is, if they've been gone for a little while, is just wait where you last saw them, or where they last saw you. They'll normally make their way back to you. It's when you go looking for them that they come back to where they last saw you and you're not there, because you're out looking for them, and that's when we lose our dogs. So always head back to where they last saw you, and that's normally where you'll pick up with each other. But I want to keep my walks as natural as possible for my dogs. I want them to pick up scent. I want them to chase things in the woods. They're not going to catch anything, but they're going to have a good chase, and they're going to have a good run. And sort of 4 years ago, when I used to do school days, that would be when I had dogs come to me for the day, and that would be young dogs, or nervous reactive dogs, or even aggressive dogs. And I'd have them come to me to work with my dogs, with my wonderful Roscoe, and we'd get through all of that and teach them. Now, I used to do sessions with people, and with owners and their dogs. I can't do that anymore, because there is the law that says you can't have your dog run up to another dog, and if you haven't got perfect recall, and in a way I would be giving the advice that's actually going to get somebody into trouble now, so I can't do that anymore. But for me, with my dogs, I still want to keep my walks as natural, as stimulating, and as free as possible. Now, both of these dogs, if they were to see another dog suddenly appear around the corner, and you know what, they're going to go to it. They're going to trot up to it and they're going to say hi, because that's what dogs do. But both of them are friendly. That dreaded word, friendly, used to be a good thing. Now it's not a good thing. But hey, I've got friendly dogs, so they're going to trot up to yours. They're going to say hi. If your dog snaps at my dogs will come away. And my dogs will come away when I call them anyway. But they will go forward and say hi, because that's what dogs do. That's what they do. But again, I can't tell somebody to do that, because I'd likely get them in trouble now. And it's not the done thing anymore, because we have so many reactive dogs, and that's why it's all come about. We have so many reactive dogs now that we've got to safeguard. We can't be as natural and relaxed as we used to be. But I just want to show you these two guys, because they're just having a lovely, relaxing, natural dog walk. And most people that come up here, we all have our spots. We know where to go with our off-lead dogs. And if I was to see somebody up here, it's normally somebody that I would know or that I've seen before, who also has an off-lead dog that's completely relaxed and natural. So I come to these places because I don't expect to meet somebody with a reactive dog. It's out the way. It's in the middle of nowhere. If I could possibly say, let's look at it from a different point of view, rather than safeguarding your reactive dog, how about we stick to areas where we expect other dogs to be on a lead? And when you come to an area like this is where most people would have their dogs off lead. It's where we've been coming for years, and it's where we would have dogs off lead. So if you're in the middle of nowhere like this, kind of expect to meet a dog off lead. So if you have a reactive dog, don't come here. In a way, don't ruin it for them. And that sounds really harsh, but don't ruin it for them. Let our dogs be as natural as possible. If you have a reactive dog, give me a call, and most likely I can help you. And then you too can have a nice walk like this at some point. But just because you have a reactive dog doesn't mean that's how they're always going to be. But in a way, think of your dog, but think of other dogs that don't have issues. And let's not ruin it for each other. It's about mutual respect. And there's certain places where if you've got a reactive dog, you're going to ruin it for other people. So let's try and think of it on that way, rather than keep away from my dog's reactive. Just because yours is friendly doesn't mean that's a good thing. Let's get out of that mentality and help each other. So, just wait. Bless you. I love it. Love my natural walks.